Hi everyone. We just wanted to share what we're doing today and to ask your prayers. We're spending time down at West Street, and we're picking up some of the things we've been talking about and thinking about, particularly in the first week of the months of prayer and comments afterwards, about coming back together. What should our physical services look like? What do small groups look like? What's a roadmap for when we come back together? When can that happen? What does that do? And that's what we're spending our time today on, and we'd appreciate your prayers into that. Heather, what are you hoping to get out of today? Anything particular?
Well, actually seeing you in real life is going to be just a strange experience, but it's going to be great just to be able to come together and just thank God for what we have been able to do over the last 12 months. I think it's really good to be able to just stop and to just thank him for that. We've been praying, and we want to continue to pray for groups and individuals who have been and who are still suffering and are still in difficult places. So to come together and pray for people would be great. And then to discuss our thoughts and ideas that have come from the focus day, the questionnaire that was answered, and individual people's communications with us about moving forwards, and to just share together what we discern God is saying in the midst of all that. So yeah, that's what I think is important. What about you, Graham?
Well, I was reminded of something that Chris Shackleton said a few weeks ago when I was talking to him, and he quoted the words of Jesus about new wine into new wineskins. And it struck me that there are things that we used to do when we met together pre-COVID. There are things that we've learnt during lockdown. Which of those do we take with us? Which of those do we discard? Which new things do we pick up so that we can be ready for all the new things that God is going to do? So I'm hoping we're going to be able to explore some of that. How about you, Isabel?
Well, Graham, you talked about a roadmap, which you lie out and it's already worked out. It's on there. Whereas I was thinking it's more going to be like an architect's drawing of a building. I would like to see, how are we going to build for the future? And in building, sometimes it makes a bit of a mess. And sometimes you have to knock down a wall, but you're actually building, and you're integrating things ready for new things. So, of course, it's biblical, isn't it, that we have the cornerstone is Jesus, and we want to hear what God has got to say about new building, whether that it's not necessarily physical, it's us, it's people, and drawing people in from outside. Maybe people who have come to the area, maybe people who are wanting to ask questions about God. We'd like to bring them into a place where they hear and explore and are in a safe place. So yes, that's what I would love for the future.
So that's not much then. So it sounds like a good day. Heather, any particular things you'd like to ask people to pray into?
Yes, just clarity for how to empower small groups to work. That's been the thing that has been on my mind more than anything else, because I think these are the things that are going to open up first before our large gatherings, and to start linking people in that we perhaps don't see on Zoom. Getting people in. We had a word shared with us last week. Everyone is linked to at least one group, an intentional plan to nurture, disciple, and develop giftings. So these small groups are going to be really crucial moving forwards. So I just want to know, how, God, do we kick things off? Do we allow these groups to start organically and let people just do their own thing, or does it need to be more directive from us? Where we set groups up with a specific purpose and with willing leaders and ask people to sign up. So yeah, that's kind of like the thing that's on my mind. So if people can pray for clarity on that, that'd be great. What about you, Graham?
Yeah, I think generally wisdom is what I'd ask. Again, I was reminded of what James says at the center of his letter. He speaks about wisdom that comes from heaven, wisdom that comes from above. It's first of all pure, then peace-loving, considerate, submissive, full of mercy, good fruit, impartial, sincere. But as we think about all the competing things that are going through our minds and the different things that need to take into account, that above all, we would have God's wisdom that would lead us into good and peaceful and helpful ways. Isabel.
Well, I just feel that God has been talking to me about the voices, the people that we maybe haven't seen much because we don't see them on Zoom, but they're there. They have voices and they're still praising God. And I would like to hear all of the voices. We are individuals make up one big church. So hearing and ministering to all the voices, I think is important. But I most of all think we should hear from God because he needs to direct and he's listening.
Thank you. I'm looking forward to spending time with you two. But guys, if you're watching this, please do pray so that we may come up with things that are of God. We're hoping to have a good time. We might even drink some coffee, and we'll see where we go. Thanks for sharing with us. Please do pray. Bye for now.